Welcome everyone to another Mac Merlin stream. Tonight we are doing a customer build simply because I haven't streamed for an entire week. Just had a bunch of family stuff to take care of. Didn't even do the group by news stream live. So trying to catch up on a pile of work that I've got. So tonight we are building a customer's Mr. Suit. So I've got my own Mr. Suit, which I'll be using while we build this board. It's built with Owlabs tungstens. It's got a palm plate, or sorry, it's a polycarb plate along with Milky Way PBT Lord just to top it off. Customer's board is going to use Durock POMs, FR4 plate, and honestly, I haven't quite decided what keycaps I'll be putting on quite yet. You guys can see I've already put the stabilizers and the PE foam on the Hotswap Owlabs board. So the funny thing about this customer is that he's been a repeat customer of mine. He really likes how I build stuff, so that's cool. This one is a completely Hotswap build, and on top of that, he even lubed and modded the stabilizers all on his own. All I had to do was screw them onto the PCB, so I'm like, okay, well, I think I might give him a few dollars off just because he saved me a bit of time. See, customer wants all the foams in, so that's what we are going to do. And I really like it when like a customer sends me a board that I already have, because then I can compare the two builds. There have been many times where a customer's build, that I ended up preferring a customer's build over my own, so I ended up rebuilding my build. Avenging Pineapple says, there are some black spaces on your keyboard. Looks like some keys fell off. Did you drop it? Very funny. Yeah, the Mr. Suit has been one of my favorite TKLs from the previous year. I'm not much of a TKL guy, so me saying that is actually pretty high praise for it. Like my two favorite TKLs from last year has got to be the Vertex Angle, which I actually prefer more than the Mr. Suit, and the Mr. Suit. Didn't have time to do any of my usual build streams. In fact, I had to contact this customer and be like, hey, stuff came up. Can't do your build this Saturday, but I will try and get it done ASAP as soon as I get back. Customer wants Durock POMs, so that's what we'll do. Too bad they didn't make black and white suits for their last run. Yeah. I think it does help with the manufacturing, right? If you have only a select number of colors, then you can artificially limit the number of purchases. Yeah, this customer of mine has a green Mr. Suit, and I think it looks so good. I might actually prefer it more than my black one. I'm very curious to see how this FR4 plate performs. I don't have too many FR4 plates, so this will be interesting to me. Soulg says, hi, hello to you too. Tell him to swap with you. Ah, looks like the PE foam shifted a little bit there, but that is fine. No biggie. Not a big deal. Let's see, Koku Kenji says, how did you build your suit? You can find out how I built my board by issuing the keyboard command. Exclamation point keyboard. This particular Mr. Suit is built with Owlabs tungstens, palm plate, and Milky Way PBT Lord. All right. I think we're good. We're good. Should be able to put this in. Yeah, I really love how Owlabs does their gasketing. Looks so good. So easy to put those gaskets in. Like right now, he only sent me one set of gaskets, so I had to take apart his other board just to do this. Oh, and it was relatively easy. Relatively easy just to get this all in place. So I wish more companies would adopt this form of gaskets. Mr. Suit has such a great looking PCB. Agree with you there. Hey, look at that green. I think Kaiju may be a little too bright. Oh look, he was wind keyless. Perfect. Let's take these guys out. There we go. Look at that clean fit. Agree with you. Would I be building the Owlabs spring anytime soon? No, I have no customers with the spring. Any recs for deeper sounding switches? What I really like right now are Gateron Oil Kings. I recently just got Gateron CJs as well, which are supposed to sound similar. So you could try for that too. Windows things, yeah, I know, right? Windows things, look at that. Very nice compared with my black one. Like, I really like this green. Really like this green. That's a nice looking board. I agree with you. See, here is the Mr. Suit. Very beautiful. All right, so now we gotta plug this in properly. Let's plug it in. And we're just gonna test it out really quick before I solder everything else in. Gorgeous board, I agree with you there. You madly changed the green. Alright, we're just gonna make sure everything works out before I seal the board up. Wait, this is not the cable I'm looking for. There we go, that's the USB-C cable. There we go. That's the Mr. Suit right there. What am I drinking today? You can find out whatever I'm drinking by executing the exclamation point drink command, but tonight I am drinking some bubble tea. Bubble tea from Don't Yell at Me. Our key tester, test matrix. Let's see. Perfect. All right, we're good. We're good. Keyboard works. Hooray! Why did I flash the Mr. Suit? Because it had an ISO firmware on it, but as you can see, it is an ANSI board, so it mixed up some of the keys there. So I would very much like to rectify that, right? What did I lube and film the switches with? I actually don't know, because these switches were sent to me by the customer. But I can see that, or I can feel that there's lube, and I can see that there is film. If I had to guess, probably your favorite Crytox 205G0, and in terms of film, it looked to be Keebio films. So I've got this nice PBT set here. Let's see, not sure if it's a good green. That is not a nice green match, so let's not do that one. Let's just do Kaiju. Let's just do Kaiju. That seems to be the better one. I do have to sacrifice a board for it though, because Kaiju is currently on my Freebird TKL. Freebird TKL right there. The green isn't a complete match, but I do say it's better than my other green set. So, sorry Freebird, you'll be sacrificed at least temporarily for this customer. Brian says, does the E7 V2 need to be flashed? So, the flashing is only required if you want to change the key map or there is something wrong. Does it need to be flashed? I don't know what state it comes from the factory. Hopefully the E7 V2 will come with a VIA enabled QMK firmware already pre-installed. So all you would have to do is install VIA and change your key map that way. But if they screwed up, then yes, you will have to flash it. All right. There we go. We are good. Both the greens are working very well together. I absolutely agree with you on that. Check that out. Doesn't that look beautiful? That just looks so good. Looks so good. Let's see. Here, just so you guys have an idea of what mine sounds like. What the customer sounds like. What mine sounds like. Here we go, let's do a typing test here. So just so you guys can hear how noisy it is in my room. All right, let's start. There we go. That is the customer's Mr. Suit. So just to compare it with mine, mine is built with Owlabs tungsten switches with Milky Way PBT Lord, along with the palm plate. First time chat from viewer, Monkey says, I'm actually really happy I tuned in at the right time, especially since my plan was to put in Durock POMs on FR4 on my Ginkgo 65 when it chips. So keep in mind, a lot of how a board sounds has to do with the board itself. So there's no guarantee that your Ginkgo 65 will sound like the Mr. Suit, even with the same plate material, same switches, same keycaps. See, first time chat from viewer, Blader54 says the sweet sound of marbles. Agree with you on that. This is how my very noisy room sounds. Let's begin. I like both boards. Though, if you guys remember on my original review of the Owlabs Mr. Suit, is that with the tungsten switches, over time, I started developing ear fatigue, meaning like it was too high pitched, it was too loud for me. So over time, I was just like, I'm tired of typing on it. Like during typing tests like these, I actually quite like it. It's not a bad sound. So if I had to choose one sound over the other, I'd probably pick this. This one seems to have a much more crisp note to it. This one's not gonna develop. This one's not gonna have me develop ear fatigue. I feel like this is something I could type on for quite a few hours. In terms of how they feel, both feel fine. I don't remember what the tungsten switch specs are. Let me look really quick. Tungsten switch. Tungsten switches are 63.5G, or just 63G bottom out. Durock POM is also 63.5 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, the PBT caps seem to have a much deeper sound. Customers' boards sound softer. It does sound very crisp. Yeah, so I think over extended periods of typing, I'd probably prefer the customer's board. Keep in mind, I'm also using ABS keycaps, and for a quick burst typing tasks when I'm just like arguing on Discord or something, probably use my board still. Which one do you guys like better? Just curious. Let's change the H key around. Let's change the H key, just the H key. See how that changes things. So here we go. This is my board, PBT. So I'm gonna go the G key and then the H key. So this is the PBT. This is the ABS. Once again. All right, let's do the customer's board now. We're gonna start with the ABS first. Now we'll go to the PBT. Now we'll switch back and forth between the two. There we go. PBT is deeper on the customers, has a lower tone. That PBTH is doing strange things to me. I actually like the PBT more on the customer's build. There we go, see? I find this hobby so fascinating because, you know, just changing, like, you can mix and match so many things. Every part of your board is a different piece of the puzzle. You know, you can really craft the sound to your liking. You know, you could literally have the same boards as I have right now, but sound completely different. Yeah, this is why this hobby is so fascinating to me. This is probably one of the nicer boards that I've put it on. Like, on my black Freebird, it just looked okay, but on a green board like this, looks great. Looks really great. Here, let me change out my H's again. Knowing what I know now in terms of the sound differences between the two boards, I would not put PBT Lord on this board just because I don't think black on white would look good on a green board. Like, I would not sacrifice those looks just to get a marginally better sound. Would I put the green ABS set on the black board? Maybe. The green matches really well. I love the matcha green color of the spring. Kaiju on my green frog looks really good. It's a clean board. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. I did not actually decide whether or not I thought ABS was a better alternative. Okay, so the ABS on my Owlabs tungsten switches seems to mute the sound a bit, makes it less loud, not as high pitched, which is actually one of my critiques of the tungsten switch. So I may switch this board to ABS. See, Helicopter Fluffy says, I like the PBT better on yours. I'm gonna say I like ABS better. You know? Everyone has different opinions. Which is why this hobby is amazing. And just to remind you guys, there's no right or wrong opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own. You know, if you think your board sounds great and someone says it sounds like crap, so what? As long as you're happy with your board. But at the same time, don't be afraid to, you know, don't be afraid to take advice. Like someone might be like, oh, Merlin, I think you should put ABS on that, right? Sometime in the future, I will replace this with ABS keycaps. We'll see. But it is getting pretty late, so I will do another quick sound test and we'll end the stream. There we go. Let's do another sound test. This is the customer's board. This was built with an FR4 plate, Durock POM switches that have been lubed and filmed, and this keycaps you're seeing right now is GMK Kaiju. It's got all the foams as well, the plate foam and the case foam, along with the PE foam. But here we go. So in conclusion, this is the second Mr. Suit that I've built. My opinion of it has not changed. Still absolutely like the board. In fact, this particular customer build, I'm gonna say that I prefer it better than mine. Couple reasons why I like it is that black is such a neutral color to me. I would have preferred something non-black. So color-wise, prefer it. The way I've built it for the customer, also liking the sound, and yeah, pretty much I think I may try to replicate a build like these. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. I'll put up a sound test of this before the end of the week so you guys can hear it. I may actually redo the sound test for this, just so it's going to be the same environment, all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in. My next stream will be this coming Thursday. Over the last week, I bought a ton of stuff and vendors sent me quite a few things as well. So if you want to see some of the new stuff coming into our community, check me out again, Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. PDT. All right, have a good rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everyone.